Welcome to another segment of Flow with Tarot. Let me turn my AC down in my car. And speaking of AC, we know we can say plenty of things about what's going on with the weather, right? Okay. But it's still to actually experience it and be in it, sometimes it is unbelievable. So today, it's supposed to get up to 86 degrees. 86. And then by Wednesday, and this is where I'm at right now, by Wednesday, I think I saw that the high was only supposed to get up to maybe 45, 50 degrees. And this is within a span of 72 hours, okay? From 86 down to 50. WTF, all right? Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there before we get started. But with that being said, I am going to enjoy the 86 degrees, all right? I am a tropics person. I believe that I was made for the tropics and the tropics was made for me. All right, but I digress. Okay, so let's get into whatever card we're going to deal with today. So let's just go with the Three of Wands that I just looked at and pulled. And so again, if you're new here, please keep in mind that the purpose of this segment that I created is to, first off, yes, this is it's focused on tarot, but first it's to ultimately inspire you to connect with your practices, to connect with your magic. Because it's one thing to say, oh, well, I practice this, and this, but do you really connect with it? Okay. And I'm going to say this, have you really determined that is a part of your lineage, that's a part of your spiritual bag, that really is a part of what you came here to express? Or did you just pick up a practice because it looked cute on TikTok or some shit? Okay. So, and also too, with this segment, I am walking you through how I connect with a fresh tarot deck, okay, before I really just jump in and dive and use it. And it's also a way to observe if there is something within our practice that we need to allow to expand because maybe it's gotten stale, or perhaps we've gotten bored with it, or maybe there's something that's happening that is causing us to feel less confident in the practice. It's a way of being present, okay? It's a way of reminding yourself to be intentional about your working, to be intentional about your spiritual gifts, to know when to use them and when to be silent, okay? And when I say that, I'm not saying just allow things to occur, but to also remember that I believe that a part of having an effective spiritual practice is to know when to observe and when to move. Know when to observe and when to light a candle. Know when to observe and when to do that work. Okay? All right. So with that being said, we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, so I always try to look at the suit of the card. So we have the wands here that's representing fire, okay? And we could look at what I'm feeling right now with this card is, this card is asking us to be honest about what we have ignored or what we're trying to ignore. What action step do we know that we have to take that perhaps we're avoiding for some reason? Is there a conversation that we know that we need to have, but instead of actually having the conversation, we think that we're just going to light a candle to just get rid of it, get rid of the conversation, or get rid of the need to have a difficult conversation? i.e., setting boundaries with someone, you think, okay, I know that I need to let this person know that I need to voice my boundaries, whatever those boundaries are, to this person. But because I feel like this conversation is going to be difficult to handle, I'm just going to light a candle. Well, a big part of us being effective in our spiritual practice is knowing if there is something that is occurring, is a ritual needed, is a spell needed. Sometimes the spell is you having the conversation. You do know that your words are spells, right? Okay. So this card is reminding us to don't ignore the hard things, or what feels hard, or what seems to be a challenge. If you're really effective in your spiritual practice, you shouldn't feel the need to ignore anything. When a challenge arises, the first thing you say is to go internal and say, okay, what is happening here? What action steps do I need to take? Do I need to light a candle first before actually having the conversation? And I'm using the example of a conversation because it's something that's easy to illustrate, okay? But your spiritual practice is not designed for you to just turn away and ignore things that need to be dealt with. Even aspects of you. What aspects of you do you need to deal with? What negative thought that came to you that you need to deal with? Why did the thought come up? What was the trigger? For example, and I'm going to use a very extreme example. Maybe we all have our families, our blood family, but maybe you need to deal with the thought that perhaps you don't actually like your family members. And you keep trying to push that thought away and ignore it by lighting a candle to just take the thoughts away. No, you need to observe, okay, why do I feel like I don't like these people? What is it? And you need to deal with that. Don't turn your back away from that. You having your cauldron, your spiritual bag, is not for you to put your head down in the spiritual bag and pretend like you're not in this physical body, and that you don't have feelings, and that you don't have emotions, and that you don't have thoughts. Okay? So that's what I feel like this Three of Wands is reminding us today. I'm actually surprised at that interpretation that I have, and that's what I'm feeling about the card. But that's one of the reasons why I have started this segment, is because what do I keep saying? What's the recurring theme? Be honest. Whatever comes up, whatever emotion comes up, whatever feeling comes up, whatever thought comes up, deal with it, face it, address it, observe it. And when you do that, that's how you will know how to move. That's how you'll know how to move. That's how you'll know what action step to take. So, let me know what your takeaways are on our Three of Wands with his or her back facing us. Okay. Yeah, let me know what your takeaways are. And until then, stay magical.